What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and commit this to memory because I got to guess that by tonight, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, any of the mainstream media sources will not be running this man's photograph and will probably not be covering this news at all. Now, yesterday, in the middle of the night, I guess it would have been super late on Saturday night, somebody showed up at Governor Shapiro's mansion and set it ablaze. Now, when I first saw this news, I was like, I got to be honest, I thought, okay, well, let's actually see the damage. Like, was it some dork that, used a firework? No, this place is like totally torched. And I thought right away, I said, boy, what a coincidence. A Democrat governor, a Jewish governor. The media was sure hoping that we were taking another visit to mega country. Unfortunately for the media, turns out is a woke leftist, jab supporting, mask enthusiast, who probably was like many on the far left, have huge problems with Jewish people. It's an inconvenient truth. The media loves to talk about how the far right has certain opinions about certain people, and I'm not going to pretend that those people don't exist, but the media pretends that the left doesn't have just as large, if not a much larger contingent. So now that we have this psychopath unmasked, let's see how fast this story goes away. Suspected arsonist Cody Balmer has disturbing online photos. He's also a self-described socialist. I posted this last night. Meet the man who went to Josh Shapiro's place, tried to burn it down with him in it. Also, he made some very disturbing claims to police, which we're going to talk about. Take it in. You won't see this picture tomorrow. Now, I don't know if this is his wife or what the situation is. Now, he claims that he did it because Governor Shapiro increased property taxes and he lost his house because of that. But that's actually not true. You lost your house because you did not pay property taxes, not because he increased them. Now, while I do kind of support that, this seems like there's more to this that's going to come out with some of the things we're going to talk about later in this video. But you could just hear the mainstream media completely be deflated. So here you see the house was actually pretty heavily damaged. We have some pictures coming from, I think, later in one of these other articles, but this is, no joke. And this is the left now. Pro taking others' lives, pro damaging properties, pro burning stuff down. This is the left, okay? Pennsylvania State Police have arrested a Harrisburg man. Cody Balmer is facing a wide varieties of charges. Shapiro, who is Jewish, became visibly emotional as he spoke about the 2 a.m. attack. Now, this attack happened on, I'm not familiar with, religion. You guys know I don't really talk about that. I think Passover is a holiday for a lot of religions. I don't know, but particularly in Judaism, if he was trying to terrorize our family and friends of the Jewish community who joined us for a Passover Seder, I don't know what that is, in the room last night, hear me on this. We celebrated our faith last night proudly, and in the few hours, we will celebrate the second Seder of Passover. So I know Passover is a Christian thing, but obviously it's a Jewish thing too, I guess. But you can see, like, this place is torched. It's not like he just fired off a Roman candle. Balmer was allegedly carrying homemade incendiary devices when he snuck into the gated compound that is the official residence of the governor by jumping a fence. Investigators believe that the attack was targeted, but hadn't yet determined a specific motive. We have that coming up later. Of course, they did not release more details while they searched his social media in hopes that he would have been a Trump supporter, in my opinion. Shapiro, leader of the Democratic Party, was first elected back in Pennsylvania. Don't really care. We all know why Kamala Harris didn't pick Shapiro to be her vice president and said she picked that dope Tim Walz. And he was the final nail in a failing campaign. This is, what's funny is The left has been supporting this stuff, right? The left has been supporting this stuff when it's Tesla chargers. When it's Tesla chargers or universities, the left doesn't have anything to say about it. In fact, they support it and, in my opinion, encourage it. You have morons like AOC and that ratchet chick from Jasmine Crockett refusing to say, hey, maybe this isn't okay. Maybe this is over the line. Now it's when it used against a Democrat, suddenly they're all like, well, where is MAGA coming out and disavowing this? Instead of disavowing it themselves, they're like, but where is MAGA? Where are Trump supporters? This is a fake straw man. Nobody thinks this is okay other than the left. I don't live in Pennsylvania. I don't care about Josh Shapiro. He's a Democrat, so he's probably a garbage politician. But no, this is not okay. There. Now will AOC and Jasmine Ratchet Crockett say anything about this? They might say something about this, but they're not going to say anything about what fomented this, the Tesla chargers and all this stuff, right? No motive has given yet, but a Facebook account believed to be run by Ballmer, according to sources, includes a number of radical posts, images, and at least one call for attacks. He told police he planned to take out Shapiro with a hammer if he, in fact, encountered him. Interesting. Hammer was an item of choice in both this guy's case and the Pelosi guy, right? Didn't that guy have a hammer? Trying to remember. And he had different social media posts. Meanwhile, the photo of the former mechanic pointing to a barrel of a weapon at the camera. Album flanked by images of children opening Christmas gifts and playing on a slide. Another photo alleges a firebug holding up a welding torch. Ballmer also shared multiple left-wing capitalist posts, anti-capitalist posts on Facebook, and his home appears to have been foreclosed on last year, according to documents. Ballmer's Harrisburg property was subject to a foreclosure, according to a writ of execution issued by the Court of Common Pleas of Dauphin County. Well, he didn't pay his bills. The sale was conducted at the request of Lakeview Loan Servicing and included legal notifications of any interested parties, blah, blah, blah. Ballmer also appears to have expressed far left beliefs on social media in recent years that attack both President Trump and Joe Biden. Be the light you want to see in the world. It's a Molotov cocktail. Biden supporters shouldn't exist, he wrote in a Facebook post in January 2021. Where were you his first run? We're all well aware of the trash he is, and for the second, still knew what scum he was. Now did you all forget because of what he did? Ballmer also shared Facebook posts supporting mask mandates during the lockdowns, as well as rants slamming toxic femininity, and other posts complaining about gas prices and supporting Kanye West's presidential run. Every time I stop to get gas, I personally feel that we should have taken our chances with Kanye. The suspect is a dad of at least 5, 4 sons and a daughter, according to a 2020 Facebook post. I mean, okay. Not sure that this was the right way to handle it, because now you lost all, you weren't supporting your kids anyway, I suppose. But now they're going to make an example of this guy. He's going to go to prison for 25 or 30 years. Mark my words. They've given him the terror escalator, all this kind of stuff. I mean, this is exactly what the left has fomented. This is a product of their own rhetoric. He had not one, but 2 court dates scheduled for this week alone. One for driving with a suspended license, and the other for 3 simple attacks on people. Past history of misdemeanors, including forgery, doesn't seem politically or racially motivated. Oh, it's politically motivated. It's definitely politically motivated. There's no question about it. I mean, this is a guy, they're literally eating their own. He was a far leftist, and we know that many on the far left have issues with Israel. I have many issues with the Israeli government. I don't have any issue with Jewish people. But this guy was a far leftist. This is the type of guy that was getting paid to be at Tesla protests. This is the type of guy that was getting paid to go to Columbia University and do these university takeovers. You know what I mean? This is who this guy, this is who this guy is. And you see this. Sadly, there are Christians more committed to the Second Amendment than the Second Commandment. I'm seeing a lot of my white/conservative friends posting all this kind of stuff. So he's a BLM guy. He was a far leftoid. I am promising you, here he wrote, I'm a registered socialist, so I've gotten about 27 mail-in ballots. I got to vote for everyone twice and vote none of the above in person, plus casting a vote for my favorite cartoonists. This is who, this is the same guy going after Elon Musk. This is the same guy burning down Tesla chargers and Tesla dealerships. This is more information on the guy who set the fire while his kids were asleep inside. An absolute monstrous act. Turns out to be a socialist lunatic. The extreme views or people must be stopped. You see, Cordy Balmer, a Harrisburg man, he was neither a Republican nor a Democrat and frequently shared his anarchist accounts on Facebook. Social media posts also believed that he supported BLM, believed in free universal healthcare as a right, and was a fan of Andrew Yang. He was a commie. He was a far leftist. He also shared memes criticizing MAGA supporters, Christians, and the Second Amendment. I mean, this guy was everybody who was out doing all of these riots. That's who this person is. Now, the far left, the left wing kind of like progressive politicians, they're not claiming this guy. They're not going to claim this guy. They're going to say, oh, it was mega extremism that led him to this. This guy voted for, this looks like a fake image, like a Photoshop, but he was definitely a mass guy. You can also see he voted many, many times. The left will disavow him and say, well, he's not one of us. Except this guy was out there consuming all of their messaging, all of their extreme rhetoric, calling these people, calling for these people to be, removed, attacking things. This wasn't about the governor taking his house. That was a year ago. This was about far left extremism. And that is something that the United States government won't care about. This is something that United States politicians are promoting. And now they're attacking their own, as they always do. And guess what? Good luck with that. Good luck with that. I hope you're informed by this video, and I hope that you'll leave a like on it and share it around, and we'll talk to you again real soon.